Yo! All right, 30 some people here already. What is up? Let me say hi to some people. We got Tag, hi. Chambers of Logic, what's up? Angel Burks, Brooke Cameron, what's up? Good to see you. Ex Bootlegger, what's up? Please check them out. America Billiard League. Yes, America's Billiard. Thank you for saying that, man. That's nice. That's nice. Let's put that on the thingy right here. Yes, there you go. America's Billiard League. If you own a pool hall or like to play pool and you want to actually get involved and make some money in this game, you go to ABL. What is this called? ABLplayers.com. Okay. So there's that. And then let me read some more people and then I'll do my plugs and we'll get into this. So, Brooke, ex Bootlicker, what's up? Resisting Without Violence is my second channel. Yes. As of right now, I'm doing a political podcast every Monday. So tomorrow night we'll be doing one. THC Dad, greetings from VA Beach, smoke, toke, and drink if you got it. Okay. Let's see. Kinetic Customs and Racing. Cops love poor folk. Saw the video on Long Island in my feed. Got distracted. It's not here. Probably live. No, it's the first one on this channel, which was crazy. Cammed Up Caveman, what's up? Cammed Up Caveman, thanks for the things you do. Shaggy Hippie, what's up? Can't wait to see you again at Audapalooza. Oh, yeah. Audapalooza. Saturday, October 18th. Saturday, October 18th in Pensacola, Florida. Tickets are $100. Auditors, if you want to come, email me. It's by invite only. And everyone else, $100 of tickets. All you can eat, all you can drink, comedy, music, entertainment. We might do another cooking competition between the Armed Fisherman and I. And if someone else wants to get in, they can. It's going to be in beautiful Pensacola, which is right here. It's a private property. No haters allowed. Again, even if you do buy a ticket, I still have to know who you are and I still have to talk to you before you can come. But if you went last year, you're good. You can come again. All right. Michael Ehline is going to join me in just a second. Who else? Richard Phillips, what's up? Shaggy Hippie drove a motorcycle from Texas 550 miles to go to Audapalooza. Was it worth it, brother? Eyes on Margate just bought a ticket. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that. He'll be there. Chambers of Logic, Eyes on the State. Eyes on the State hopefully will be at Audapalooza. I am done. Claudette, hi, Claudette. I'd like to see you and meet you at Audapalooza. I am God. What's up? I am God. If that's the I am God I'm thinking about, he's going to be on the political talk show tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on my second channel, Resisting Without Violence. Dub Wubs, what's up? Q the Audit, what's up? Aaron C22, what's up? Malthan Maferi, what? Yeah, okay. Okay, K. Stevenson, Richard Massey. Richard Massey, what's up, Big Pimp? Try the carnivore diet, man. It might save you. Mike Wolf, G.A. Wright. All right, Peter Griffin, Parasites, what's up? Great show earlier. Thank you. All right, that's it. Okay, so today, there's a lot of people in here, man. I'm not going to be able to read all these comments. Sorry if I didn't say your name. David Sullivan, Rum Runner, Steve Granger, Charlie Harrington, Joe Co, KS, Copwatch. All right, cool. Everyone, thank you. Hit the thumbs up, please, while you're here. And let me change my background so I look cooler than I usually do, which is hard to do, man. Let me tell you. Settings, virtual background. I like this one right here. Okay, cool. All right, so today we are going to talk about the Armed Fisherman. I call him Solo Yacker. His first channel was called Solo Yacker because he would kayak solo and fish. So he was Solo Yacker. I love the name. It rolls off the tongue. Most people now know him as the Armed Fisherman. I'm going to bring Michael Ehline on. Michael Ehline is a California, and he's a attorney in California and Texas. He's a self-made attorney. He could tell you that when he comes on. Him and I are a lot alike. We think about a lot of the same things. We've researched a lot of the same things in our past. And as a matter of fact, he's way smarter than me, and he actually served in the military. So, without any further Mountain Dew, here is Michael Ehline. Michael Ehline is on a delay.
How's it going?
Hey, brother.
I'm just I'm simulcasting, so I'm just kind of getting used to this.
Did you figure out how to do it so we can both do it at the same time?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Oh, cool. Awesome. That's effing great.
Yeah, man.
So you are an attorney in California and Texas, correct?
That's right. So anything that I tell you guys today is going to be limited to as if I was handling this case in California or Texas. But my background is big time Second Amendment. I'm very good friends with Dick Heller of District of Columbia versus Heller. And Alan Beck, one of the preeminent Second Amendment rights lawyers in the country, works with my law firm. But I primarily just do personal injury cases to feed my family. And then with my proceeds and profits, I highly and heavily am involved in the Second Amendment rights community. That's what I'm all about, is the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and natural law. So this is right up my alley.
Right on. And you became a lawyer without going to law school. Tell us about that.
Well, so I became a lawyer on the California State Bar Law Office Study Program with no undergrad or law degree. But I was accepted into a law school and did end up getting a JD after I was already a practicing attorney, because I knew that
What's a JD?
Juris Doctorate.
Which means?
It just means that I'm a doctorate of law, but I don't have any formal Antifa training.
What does doctorate mean?
It's above a bachelor's degree. It just means that I'm a
bachelor and then a doctorate and then what? PhD or
master's
and
degree.
PhD?
Maybe.
Okay.
I honestly don't. I don't know.
You're a very well seasoned attorney. You pretty much self-made man. It's very impressive.
Well, thanks.
You can practice, and you served in the military, right?
Yeah, I'm a 70% disabled Marine. I've got 20 years in practice as a lawyer, but prior to that, I had several small businesses. I'm more of an entrepreneur than anything else. I had to become a lawyer because I was a contractor. I'm a blue collar guy, and just got tired of clients trying to screw me out of paying me. So I became a paralegal. I had a limousine business. I was Rodney Dangerfield's limo driver. So I've got a lot of real life experience. I've owned and managed several health clubs. I helped start the LA Fitness health club chain. And I also worked for Ray and Packy Wilson at Family Fitness, which later became 24-Hour Fitness. So I'm into fitness, martial arts, judo, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai.
You're into fitness. When you say that, be careful, because douchebag comedians like me will say, how about fitness in your mouth? Okay. Just for a fair warning. Secondly, my wife's afraid of the dark, and she saw me naked. Now she's afraid of the light. That's a Rodney Dangerfield joke. That's a Rodney Dangerfield joke. So please tell us how you became one of my childhood idols, Rodney Dangerfield. That movie he made, Back to School, was fantastic. The guy's hilarious. He even did a super raunchy TV show on HBO late at night. How did you get to meet and work as Rodney Dangerfield's limo driver?
Okay, so I worked for a company, I think it was called Admiralty Limousine or Admiral Limousine down in San Diego. And the guy who ran the business wanted to retire, so I bought his limo from him, and he gave me his accounts. And one of them was Rodney Dangerfield, and that's how I got it. And then I started American Limousine with a partner down in Carlsbad.
Tell me more. Don't just gloss over that. So you get to speak to Rodney. Did he speak to you? Was there a back and forth? How was he in real life?
Yeah, so Rodney hated flying. He hated airports because he would just get mobbed, and he had multiple open heart surgeries, I think multiple. So he would always have an open shirt, and you could see the surgical scars. And he would be in the back of the limousine smoking weed out of a sneak of toke and drinking water. And he had this beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous wife. I think she was a Mormon with blonde hair. She was just like a 10 on a 20 on a 1 to 10.
So when Rodney got married, as soon as he went to the reception, he started doing stand-up. And one of his jokes there was, one of my friends told me, I'm so glad you married this woman. You guys have so much in common. And Rodney says, I don't S any D.
Well, are you sure this was his? Was his? Because I think this was his second or third wife.
I don't know if it was his fifth or, but that is what he did at one of his receptions, and that's
That's
so damn
funny. Yeah,
funny.
he was the best. And so I'll tell you a story. It was really funny, John. We were on, I think it was the 10 freeway, headed to get up onto the 215, and there was a traffic jam, and we were like at the very first line of 4 or 5 cars that was barricaded by the CHP. And so all of a sudden I hear ding, 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 it's the door jar thing. And his wife is flipping out. You go with him, protect him. She's all flipped out. He gets out of the car and walks over to the cops. And they're like, sir, get back in your vehicle, over the loudspeaker. And then all of a sudden, like, obviously one of the sergeants recognized him. And he was like, I could tell he was in shock that it was, because he saw the limo. He probably knew it was a celebrity. It was, I had a tuxedo limo, so it was real obvious. It was a 120, which is a 9-passenger, and it was a Lincoln. So he gets out, he walks in front. I've got my suit on. I walk out sort of behind him, but then the cop is waving me to go back in the car. In other words, we know who this guy is. And then all of a sudden, Rodney's talking to these guys, and lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rodney Dangerfield, over the CHP speaker. And they gave us a police escort to get up onto the 215. They drove, they just me and, just my car. Everybody else had to stay behind, but it was pretty amazing.
That's an awesome story, dude.
It's a pretty cool story. Yeah. And he would always talk about Sam Kinison, and he would cry because I guess he discovered Sam Kinison. And he would cry because Sam Kinison, I believe he got in a head-on collision out in Vegas. So my job was to pick up Rodney from West LA. He lived in this beautiful high-rise condo, and I would go up there, and there were just thousands of pictures of him with celebrities everywhere, all of his awards. And it was just beautiful. It has like a copper roof. I can't remember the name of the condos, but I would pick him up. I would walk him down with his wife, carry their luggage into the limo. And then we would get on to the 10 and just head out to Vegas. And so he would go to the MGM Grand. And if I'm not mistaken, he got like $500,000 or $1 million to perform for 2 nights. So he would put me up in the penthouse at the MGM Grand. I would have a bottle of that really expensive champagne in a chilled thing. I forgot what it's called, but Dom Perignon, right. And he would get me anything else I wanted, which we won't talk about on the internet, and just take care of me. I never watched his shows. I never asked him for an autograph. I still had that Marine mentality where it was my job to protect and serve and keep my mouth shut. But I was so proud of myself that I had, him as a client. And I also drove Superman, the guy who played in the Superman TV series. He's a commentator on Fox News sometimes.
That
and
really
I had a lot of other
Dean. His name was something Dean, right?
Yeah, and I drove the star of Gangbang 2000 out to Vegas once.
Who's
and
that?
We had the big Gangbang 2000 magnetic things on the side of the limo, and people were freaking out.
Gang,
yeah, it was pretty funny.
Bang.
She was back there She was back there arguing with the producer when she was going to get paid. I remember that.
Oh wow! I was going to show a picture. Oh no! Oh
yeah. So
she's a little stinky.
It was hilarious. She was an English lady, had an English. She was pretty, I thought.
Nah, not for me. She's too skinny.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, you're not gonna. I'm a family man, but I've had a lot of really amazing experiences. Like I said, I was a contractor. I had ownership interest in several health clubs, and I helped start a couple of very successful health clubs. And my training is really from sales. But prior to that, my dad built pretty much every Denny's restaurant in the United States. And so they were divorced when I was 2. My dad was a 2-tour Vietnam vet, Marine, all jacked up from PTSD. He ended up dying just recently from Agent Orange poisoning, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So I have a nonprofit where I help military veterans suffering from service-related cancer, named after my dad, called the Paul Ehline Memorial Ride. And sometimes I give speeches at the Wounded Warriors Battalion down at Camp Pendleton and help these Marines and Navy corpsmen get work. And I'll hire them as law clerks and put them on the law study program and stuff like that. So a really interesting background. Thanks for asking. I never really get into it too much when I come on shows, but I think it's what shaped me for who I am. And what inspired me, John, to become a lawyer more than anything, because I never thought I could. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't like those commie hippies at the colleges. So I was managing a Bally's Total Fitness in West Covina, and I was loading up my Jeep Cherokee for a mall show where we would go and hand out guest passes. And I was the corporate wellness director. So I was trying to secure accounts for big corporations so we could get their employees into fitness programs. And so I'm loading my truck up at a red curb and I'm stopped. It's not unattended. And that's what the vehicle code says. If you're at a red curb, it can't be unattended. So I'm arguing the law with this guy because I've already got my paralegal certificate, right? And I'm saying, well, give me your ID. Because, I was a follower of the Freeman of Montana and the sovereign citizen guys and all that. That was my deal back then. British West Indies license plates. Obviously, I didn't have them on this car because my job wouldn't allow that. But anyways, give me your ID. The guy pulls me out of my Jeep. I'm telling, okay, I'm going to go park it now, over there. Now that it's loaded, I've got my shirt. I work here. All my employees are helping me back and forth. Pulls me out of my car, starts cupping me in the head. And of course, this is before they had cell phone cameras. So, and then he charges me with resisting, obstructing, delaying under Penal Code Section 148. So I beat the 148 charges. I sued him. I got like $29,999 under Title 42, Section 1983.
How much?
$29,999. This was back in 2000 or something. So it was
30 grand basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this lawyer, because when I hired this lawyer, I said, look, I'll do all the pleadings. I'll do everything. Just put your name on the pleadings, basically. Right. So after all that, he said, I know about this program where you can become a lawyer without an undergrad. And I think that you've got what it takes. And I said, really? So I found out about it and I studied under him for a while. That didn't work out. And then I worked for several other lawyers and started out working for free, became their law clerks. They taught me law in motion and litigation, mainly personal injury attorneys. And then I started getting real money. Like I was making 10, 15 grand a month, sometimes that much a week. Yeah. Back then.
Wow.
Real money, man. It was like amazing. And they're signing for me to be on the law study. They're so happy to have me. Right. Because I'm a go-getter, super motivated guy. And one thing led to another. I joined the American Inns of Court and I met Justice Gary Hastings. And he was at the Second District Court of Appeal at the Ronald Reagan Building. Yeah, I think it was Division 4. And I became a judicial extern for the California Court of Appeal, which is unheard of. I think I'm the only person in the history of the state of California to have been a judicial extern without going to a regular law school. And then let me see what else is interesting that you might want to know. Oh, and then years later, I'd made millions of dollars as a lawyer because I was an internet guy. So I was really good. So I was a webmaster as well because I had to market my limo company and everything else. So I ended up making a lot of money as a lawyer, blew a lot of it buying expensive cars, Maseratis and BMW M4s, beach house with the ocean view, trying to be the man,
How did you make millions?
Millions. Personal injury law.
Okay.
So yeah,
so you became a millionaire as a lawyer.
Yeah, I was number one on Google for all the top searches for car accident attorney and stuff.
That's cool.
So I made a ton of money and I ended up getting a house about 4 or 5 doors down from Justice Hastings in Redondo Beach, right on the ocean. And it was pretty cool, man. So a pretty cool life. And then COVID hit and Newsom shut down the economy. So we had spent millions as a law corporation on billboard ads on the freeway. So we lost all that. And I ended up spending pretty much everything that I made making payroll because I didn't want to fire anyone while this communist piece of shit governor shut down our economy. So, I didn't go broke, but you can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money, but I never lost touch with the military community. I never lost touch with the Second Amendment rights community or the civil rights and police abuse because that's my background. And I know that people constantly get beat by cops. Bad cops, and they lie because it happened to me. He lied. I cross-examined him at his deposition, total pathological liar, piece of shit. He was going through a divorce, probably beat his wife. And that's sort of my background. And that's what makes me different than most of the lawyers that you'll meet. Most people wouldn't even believe me when I told them my story. Oh, cops would never do that because they grew up on Long Island 12. That would never happen. But my Marine buddies came down to the gym the very same day. They were getting sworn declarations from all the witnesses. We got them all locked in. And that was one of the reasons why I was able to prevail. So that Marine Corps background, even though I wasn't a long-term Marine or anything like that, I never served in combat, the brotherhood that I built with those Marines lasts to this very day. And I still work with the Leathernecks Motorcycle Club, and I help their guys when they go down on their bikes. And that's what I do. And I do workers' compensation law, and now I homeschool my kids. I'm not trying to be the man anymore. Drive a pickup truck and move the family out to Nevada, got them away from communist California. I open carry. I'm always armed. I always have at least a few thousand rounds with me at all times. And that's just who I am as a person. I'm just I think I'm a normal guy, but I come from a different era. So in a nutshell, that's who Mike Ehline is.
Right on. We're glad to have you, man. Thank you for coming on. So let's talk about
Thanks.
Solo Yacker. I'm saying Solo Yacker from now on. The
Sure.
Armed Fisherman is Solo Yacker, just so everybody knows. We're talking about the Armed Fisherman today. His bogus arrest a couple days ago, and they locked him up. And let's see if I can share a page here to show you kind of who he is. Let's find right here.
Yeah, and John, if you can also play any videos of the arrest for context or okay.
I don't think there's video of the arrest. And just so everybody knows, real quick here, just so everybody knows, everything I'm about to tell you right now is from my own independent research. And some people sent me some information through email and text. Solo Yacker has not said a word about this to me. Even when I asked him, he said, I'm not talking about this. Everything I say is going to be my opinion from my own research. None of this is from Solo Yacker. But I am friends with him, and I was with him at some of these council meetings, so I kind of know how this story goes, okay? Just to get that out of the way. So this person, so let's see here. Where do we start? I wish I had some videos queued up. I suck. Somebody email me the video, since there's about 300 some people in here. Somebody email me the video where he was on the beach, and the lady cop, Clearwater PD, comes and grabs him by the arm. They disarm him, throw him in the back. Also, please email me the link of when he went to the city council to complain about it and was assaulted by the deputy police chief, the assistant police chief of Clearwater, if you would. So, in a nutshell, let's see. Solo Yacker is by far the best Second Amendment activist in the country. They're Second Amendment activists. They're Second Amendment groups like the NRA. And most people know what the NRA is, and they have tons of members, and they have power, and they get legislation passed, but they don't go out on the street and do street activism. Solo Yacker, after watching one of Jeff Gray's videos, Jeff Gray's Honor Your Oath, the guy who just beat the living F out of, what was it, Mississippi, that Sergeant Joffrey on that. I don't recall anything. So Jeff would go out, hold a sign that says, God bless the homeless veterans, just a little cardboard box sign. Everyone would think he was homeless. He got arrested like 11 times for that. Well, he was one of the very first people in Florida who would open carry a firearm out in public. Open carry is not lawful in Florida unless you're going to or from hunting, fishing, or camping. So that leaves a lot of room open for interpretation. What they should do is just make open carry, and be done with it. But under 790.25 Florida statute, if you're going to or from hunting, fishing, or camping, you can open carry a firearm. So technically, that would mean if I park my car in Tallahassee and walk to the Florida Keys, I can open carry the whole time. I'm going to fishing, right? I'm going to the campsite. And I'm sure when the legislators made this law, they wanted you to like park your car and walk 100 feet into the place where you're going. But what it is they left it open to where if I park my car and I walk to my fishing spot, my campground, my hunting spot, I'm allowed to open carry. And so Jeff Gray did it first. Of course, none of the police in Florida knew that you can open carry under certain conditions. So what happens is un-American sheep call the police and say, "There's somebody with a gun." Who they should be scared of is cops with guns, but they're scared of Americans with guns, even though they give them no reason. So Jeff's open carrying. He's got a fishing rod. He's headed to the fishing spot. Cop pulls him over, puts him in handcuffs, disarms him, and then he does on-the-spot training and trains this lieutenant or sergeant. It's always some above rank cop who's like, they get egg on their face because you're a sergeant and you don't know when people can open carry firearms in your own state. That's so sad to me. So Jeff did it first, as far as I know. And then Solo Yacker saw that video, and Solo Yacker's like, whoa. So Solo Yacker started open carrying, and he'd carry a fishing rod and a flag. And as a matter of fact, let me find some pictures. And he would go fishing. Well, he's been stopped so many damn times, and he's been put on the ground and at gunpoint, and he was on the pier in Miami Gardens, and they came like SWAT. They're all, "Put your guns down." And, like, they acted like they were like it was a mass shooting event. They were literally fishing, and they just happened to have pistols and holsters. And sometimes he would go out with his AR strapped across the front of his chest. And they brought the law with them. They're printed out, but they didn't care. They pulled their guns out. This was Miami Gardens on the pier. They pulled their guns out on them. They disarmed everybody. They handcuffed everybody. The whole time they're going, "Guys, the law is right there next to my tackle box. There it is. We're allowed to do this. It's right there." So that was Miami Gardens. Fast forward now to Clearwater. Okay, yeah, CJ Grisham. Thank you, Caroline. By the way, Caroline, please come to Autopalooza. Please, we want to see you there this year. Please, please, please.
And by the way, one of your members mentioned the GOA, so you can usually catch me at the GOA stand
That's the shot one.
At the shot show.
The best. No compromise. Second Amendment gun advocacy group. They're way better.
I'm usually there with Dick Heller of District of Columbia versus Heller, which is the seminal case on Second Amendment rights. He's getting older now, so any chance I get to be with him, I'm always with him. He's a good buddy of mine. So just so you guys know, I'm all about the GOA as well. Absolutely.
Yes, please invite me next time. I'd love to meet some of those people. I have no idea how to do that. So,
well, you got to be a vendor or an invitee of the vendor. So because I'm sort of like security for Dick, and I'm his lawyer, they let me go.
So in case the 400 people in here don't know, this is thanks for the tips for getting people in here, by the way, too, man. It looks like it's worth it.
Absolutely.
So, let's get you. How do we want to do this? It probably looks best. So this is the Armed Fisherman, okay? There he is, open carrying. There's a flag. Also, we went to John's Pass, which is a very high-end tourist spot. That's where he was put on the ground on the hot asphalt at gunpoint. So we all went down there like a week later, open carrying, and we were all in the Tampa Bay Times. I could probably pull that article up too. We all were in the Tampa Bay Times, open carrying. I'm on there wearing them sunglasses and smoking a thingy. And he's made a lot of news. He is by far taking the most chance out of any Second Amendment activist I know. His life has been in danger more times than most people. There he is. And he's brought his daughter along. He's a family man. He's a good guy overall. Some people don't like some of his tactics, but some people don't have to like it. It's his right to do it.
That's right.
There's him and his daughter.
And by the way, I follow him all the time. So he's like one of my heroes.
He's great.
So before I even met you, so I was shocked that you were friends. Not really because you're the GOAT, but man, that blew me away. Like, man,
stop saying that.
I'm hoping someday you'll introduce me to him because he's one of my heroes.
I'm to Autopalooza, and we can do a 3-way call right after this. He's the nicest guy in the world, man.
Oh, outstanding.
And he's a board member of our nonprofit tech. Okay. Here's another wonderful picture of him where he kind of looks like Obama with the suit on. The only thing I don't like about him is that he wears damn flip-flops everywhere he goes. Like, he'll show up looking like this in a suit with flip-flops on. And I just want to shoot spitballs at his feet. So there he is. Good guy, makes great videos. Some are funny, some are serious. He does great investigative videos too. He does great open carry videos. Okay, so that's him right there. And so where are we at now? Let's fast forward to Clearwater. Okay, so he's there's a Clearwater is super tourist area. One of the best beaches in the world, I guess, or in America, Clearwater Beach. It's very nice. It's you bottleneck just to go down there. Parking is impossible to find. And it's also the headquarters for Scientology. I don't know if you know that. Do you know that?
I did not.
So yeah, so they're also the world headquarters of Scientology. So throw that in the mix. So
Bunch of goofballs, man. It's
so
a
he goes
cult.
and parks his car. He grabs his flag, his "Don't Tread on Me" flag, and he straps himself up and he gets his fishing gear. So now he's walking down Clearwater Beach, right? The last time someone walked down Clearwater Beach with a rifle, AR-15, was probably never. So he's walking and people are saying hi this, hi that, and no one said anything. No one's acting crazy. He's just walking to what's called Pier 60. Pier 60 is the pier on Clearwater Beach. And at the end of the pier, you can pay $2 and you can go fishing there, which means you can open carry there, right? So walking down Clearwater Beach, next thing you know, this tiny little did anyone, I wonder if anybody emailed me that link so I can kind of play that video. Let me look here. Classmates, Etsy. Come on, someone email me that. JohnFelix@gmail, because I won't be able to. Oh, there it is. John Eagle sent it. Clearwater. Is this it? I can't believe fisherman got arrested. Actually, I can. Okay, that's not it. I want the video, guys. Send it to me, please. If anyone can go to his channel and find the video where he got arrested on Clearwater Beach. So he's walking down Clearwater Beach, open carrying, perfectly legal. Here comes this tiny police lady, grabs him, just walks up and grabs him. Like he couldn't just pull away from her. That's the thing, cops. They don't realize that the only reason we don't resist them is because they have a monopoly on violence and they have basically a license to unalive you at will. Because
That's
if some lady,
true.
think about it, if some lady just walked up and grabbed me by the wrist, first of all, I'd be like this. And second of all, I'd just bitch slap her. Like, don't touch me. What are you doing? Secondly, so then here comes some more cops. More cops start coming. And let me refresh this. So now they put him in handcuffs, of course.
We don't see the screen if you're trying to share that
I'm
with
not
us.
showing anything. I'm
okay,
not showing
fair enough. Okay.
So then they put him in handcuffs, then they disarm him, they throw his fishing rod in the sand, they put his rifle in the sand, they unload it, they take all the bullets out of it. Then he keeps telling them, I'm going fishing, I'm not breaking any laws. He's not going to ID himself. You know, the whole standing on your rights thing, the thing the Clearwater PD hates more than anything. So then they put him in the back of the car on the beach in the scorching heat, and he still had a gun on him. So
and they're hotboxing him, right? No air conditioning.
I don't know if they were hotboxing, but I can't. It was like a tiny cage. Like there's no breathing room. He could barely fit in there, and I'm almost twice the size. So I could only imagine. And they didn't pat him down thoroughly enough, and he still had a pistol on him. And somehow he reached around, grabbed his phone, calls his lawyer right there on the scene. And I don't know, a half hour or so goes by. They finally let him out when they realized, oh my God.
John, real quick, I just got a text from Kinetic Customs. He said, check your email. He just sent you the video.
Okay.
If you want to play the video for us.
Fisherman.
That way I can do a little bit of a lawyer reaction and try to give you my perspective.
All right. So,
by the way, hi, Carolina. Good seeing you, ma'am. I hope you're okay. I heard you got another arrest. I'd like to cover it for you if you're interested.
Let's see here.
And ex-bootlicker, good seeing you.
So I don't want, there's a lot of, okay, let's just play a little bit. There you go, Clearwater Beach. Let's turn this down just a smidge. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
So there he is. Clearwater. You see, it's crowded as hell. It's a very nice beach. It's on the, and fast forward a little bit. Walking down the beach, fishing rod. Mind you, he's carrying a Glock, open carrying an AR on his front chest here, and he has a concealed carry pistol on him also, right?
Sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
Absolutely.
I don't see an issue.
If something went down right there, he could defend lots of people, not just himself.
How you doing?
Everyone's friendly, right?
Yep.
So let's just fast forward a little bit or speed it up a little bit.
Well, Florida's pretty pro Second Amendment state. I mean, I don't know
Except-
why they don't have
Except
open
for the
carry
law
to begin with.
enforcement there, yeah. Yeah, except for the law enforcement.
Right.
What up?
Hey, what's up? See, everybody's cool. Living the dream,
It's not a
haha.
protest. But hey, it's like, hey, just respect my
He's
constitutional
like, hey, what are you
rights.
carrying?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I appreciate it.
What kind of ammo you using? What are you running?
Yeah, man. Y'all have a great day. If anybody steps out of line, let me know.
Ah!
God bless America.
That's my America, man. That's why we left California,
This is
because
how it
that's
should
how
be.
it used to be.
This is how it should be, right here.
That's how it was in Orange County when I grew up, just like
How y'all
that.
doing? Living that dream. Living that Florida dream.
And whoever sent me that, I think it was Hillsborough Highlights. Whoever sent me that, or anybody else, please also email me the follow-up when he went to the city council meeting and the police chief assaulted him, okay?
How y'all doing? Living the dream. How are you? That's all that matters, right? As long as you're happy, and I hope you don't feel scared. All right.
No one cares, right?
Yeah, because I'm just going fishing. Yeah. I'll see you later.
All right, fast forward.
Sorry.
All good, all
No
good.
issues. No, nobody's
you're doing a good
nobody's
thing.
afraid.
Nice hottie there on the left.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Right. Hey now. Okay, let's go forward. So
Right when he passes the rainbow flag
Hey,
umbrella, the
here.
police show up, right?
Thank you. And don't mess with me.
see, just normal conversations, no problems.
What's up,
Right? Nothing happening. All good, right? Nothing's going on. Keep walking, living the dream. Head to the pier.
Oh, I'm living the dream.
Living the dream. That's his thing. He says it every time. How you doing? I'm living the dream.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Loving
let's
it.
try to find the spot where. Now imagine if this was a real situation. He actually had ill intent. He could have picked off 8,000 people before they even came close.
Yeah.
If you want to be realistic. So
Yeah.
Whoa, hey.
There it is. Let me slow down.
Well, now, why are they putting their hands on him?
That's a cop.
But isn't he going fishing?
They don't know the law. That's the whole point.
Oh, okay. Just trying to understand what's going on here.
Yeah, they don't know the law. They think no one's allowed to open carry in Florida. Until Jeff and Solo Yacker educated every law enforcement agency in the whole state, and they hate him. They hate him. They hate the idea that Americans can just grab a fishing rod and walk around openly armed. Okay?
Well, if I may, as Mao Zedong would say, all power flows from the barrel of a gun. And in this case, only the police want the power.
That's correct. There you go. Good Lord, 500 people in here. Hit the thumbs up. Again, Michael, thanks for teaching me all that stuff before this live stream. I think that's why there's so many damn people in there. God bless
And
you.
I did a pretty cool bumper this morning, too, telling people, you better get over to John Felax's channel or I'm going to have to stop doing push-ups.
I did a live stream, too, about Long Island. So we're just going to do the Armed Fisherman on this one.
All right.
And so between your bump, my bump, and everything you taught me, thank you so much, dude.
Hey, no problem, man. I'm here just to make America a better place. I don't make my money off YouTube videos, but I do this because I'm a patriot and I love my country.
Bless you. So here we go. Here's what it is. After all that, how long? After 12 minutes on video, him walking, everything's peaceful. No one has a problem. Here comes Clearwater PD.
I love his flag, man.
Yeah, the hybrid.
Whoa.
Isn't it racist to have a "Don't Tread on Me"
Hey, why
flag?
you got your hands on me?
Because you're walking with a firearm.
I know. I'm going fishing. Look, I got a fishing pole.
You're not fishing right now.
I know. I'm going to
You're not fishing right now.
that fishing pole.
So you have to cast as you walk. See that again? They don't know, so they say stupid stuff, and they don't care that they're being recorded. It's disgusting.
Here, right there. There's a fishing pier. Why do you have your hands on me, ma'am?
Because I'm waiting for back.
Mick Nasty.
How about you stop him and say, because first thing she does is escalate. How about, hey, sir, can I speak to you for a second?
Well, she doesn't know the law. She just sees a black dude with a gun.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to go fishing, and you're stopping me from going fishing. This is against the law.
No, sir, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
They already know it. They know
what?
it, John. They're just harassing the guy because they don't like what he's doing. That's my take on it.
They don't like what he's doing. Plus, they don't realize that he has the right to do it. You'll see.
Problem.
You can't be walking down.
I'm walking to go fishing, ma'am. I'm going right to that fishing pier.
Okay.
What's your problem? Excuse me, sir.
Here comes dummy number 2.
What are you, a sergeant? Who are you? Okay, what is your name, badge number?
Now this guy's assaulting him, right?
Yeah.
And there we go.
Center 9808.
Yours?
Check the cap 6440.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Let that go, please.
Now they're stealing his stuff from him.
Please, thank you.
Dude, I was just going fishing.
Okay, but you're not fishing right now, right?
You hearing this, right?
Yep.
You have to understand the law.
You can't fish here. You
I'm
can't
not
fish here.
fishing here. I'm going.
Relax.
I'm going.
No, you relax. See, this
God.
is so mad.
Yeah, they're
You
the ones who are
relax.
escalating. They're taking all of his stuff from him, holding him down. He has every right to be upset.
Just relax. Gio, I don't know if I told you, you can't come to Audapalooza this year. You cost me the cooking competition last time, and you yelled at me for waking you up. I'm just kidding, brother. I'll see you there.
You're scaring everybody walking down.
That's
Wah!
Now, are
You're
they going to
scaring
desecrate
everybody.
the flag and put it on the ground?
His fishing rod in the sand, the flag, and now you're not fishing right now is their first thing, and their second thing is you're scaring everybody.
fine. Dude, sir, you're throwing my $300 fishing pole in the dirt right now.
I'll pick it up for you. In 1
No,
second.
yeah, you're going to pay for my $300 fishing pole.
Okay.
I am not fishing here. I am going fishing to the fishing pier. That is where I haven't fished. I haven't thrown a fishing pole. I haven't done anything.
And they're controlling his arms. He hasn't done anything to anybody.
If I can
They're
comment,
ignorant.
at least this cop was nice enough to furl the flag up. So at least that's something.
And I think this idiot, that's who called on him, this idiot behind him, the lifeguard. That's
Absolutely.
who called. I forgot of that part of the story.
You want to go up to the? We need to
No.
talk up there. Come on.
We're not. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not breaking the law.
Do you think it's appropriate walking
Yes,
Appropriate.
absolutely.
with an AR-15 on your
Absolutely.
chest, where there's children and everybody?
Are you carrying? See, that's the thing. Look who's carrying a gun right in front of him. The hypocrisy is so disgusting. If anyone shouldn't be trusted with a gun, it's you idiots who don't know basic law. You think it's a.
I don't
Why doesn't
understand.
that apply to you? Why doesn't that apply to the idiot right there? Sorry, go ahead.
John, I don't understand. So they're equating having an AR-15 with somehow being bad to kids, but yet it's okay to send a kindergartner to a drag queen show. I don't get it.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
You think
Yes.
that's appropriate?
And they're carrying. So your gun's okay because why?
Because all power
Yes.
flows from the barrel of a gun.
Exactly.
You don't think that's going to cause problems?
It hasn't caused a problem until you showed up.
Get people might
How
call.
about we go up there?
No,
okay,
I
we
don't
can
want to go
discuss
call.
things.
901-151. What law did I break?
901.151 is Florida stop and frisk statute, unless they suspect unless you have or are about to commit a crime, you do not have to show ID. Okay, that's our stop and frisk law, ID law.
What
Let's
law
go
did
there.
no? What law did I break? What law did I break?
Listen, there's city ordinances.
Wrong.
I didn't fish here.
Okay.
I'm going to the fishing pier right there.
You walk the entire beach to go to the fishing
I
pier.
That's right.
can walk
There's
any.
parking right
It's
there at the
going
end of the
to.
pier.
It's going
Which means
to.
much more accessible.
It's going.
Again, what does that have to do with anything? I'll walk
Yeah.
where I want.
I mean, look, I'm not a Florida attorney, but I'm sure if there's not a provision that discusses like what's reasonable or what's not reasonable to get to your fishing location, then he's got every right to walk 500 yards or even a mile to get to his fishing.
And like I said at the
Location.
beginning of this, you can park in Tallahassee and walk to the Keys.
There you go.
You can. You can walk through downtown. You could take any route you want. You could do whatever you want. It's
There you go.
going to and from hunting, fishing, or camping.
to and returning from. It doesn't matter where I am trying to go fishing. It's about going to and returning from.
Okay.
I can.
And they cannot ID him for that either. Only Fish and Wildlife officer can ask him for his fishing license.
So
If
they're
it-
outside their jurisdiction, is what you're saying?
When they're asking him for ID, he doesn't have to ID. And
unless it's for a license for fishing.
Fish, exactly. And they're not allowed to force somebody to give up their fishing license, even though they do it all the time. The only person you have to give up fishing license to is a Florida wildlife FWC officer, Fish and Wildlife.
That makes sense.
Walk anywhere I want to go, trying to go fishing, and I'm literally telling you.
So lieutenants, sergeant, detectives, none of them know when he's allowed to open carry.
I am going to, dude. You don't.
Or the Second Amendment.
You don't have to fucking hold my hand like I'm a fucking criminal.
Relax. Just relax.
No, you relax.
I haven't done.
Look, my guy, you got a gun strapped to your chest.
I get.
So what?
And that's why we're doing what we're doing. So relax.
Because I'm not.
So we're doing what we're doing because you are lawfully carrying and not doing anything illegal, is what he just said. If you want to cut in anytime, man, just let me know.
I'm just taking it in. By the way, there was a comment. One of your viewers said they were not able to locate the video of the city council meeting. So if anyone on this show has access to that city council meeting video, that would definitely help give context, as I have not seen it either, John.
It's either on his Solo Yacker channel or this Armed Fisherman channel. It's probably his Solo Yacker channel. Let's see the date on this one. It was probably, well, this one is.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody in the audience can help out, please either text it to me so I can forward it to John, or just send it directly to John, or give it to Kinetic Customs, or drop it in the comments or whatever so we can watch that as well.
All right, let's keep going here.
Relax.
Did you swear an oath to the Constitution?
You relax, dude. That is such gaslighting. I've disarmed you. I've thrown your shit in the dirt. We're binding you down unlawfully. They're committing a crime against him, and now they're gaslighting him by saying relax. No, you relax. I'll relax when you stop breaking the law.
100%.
Then what's the problem? What's the problem?
Here comes idiot number 4 cop.
Problem with you guys defending your oath to the Constitution of Florida, and the United States? What's the problem?
There is no problem.
Am I lawfully allowed to do what I'm doing? Am I lawfully allowed? I don't care. Am I lawfully?
See, just say yes or no and leave the cops explaining for your wife and daughter, okay? Punk ass pig.
Lawfully allowed to do? I don't have to listen. Am I lawfully allowed to do what I'm doing? Yes or no?
Why don't you be quiet? Because he can't answer that question, because the answer is yes. He is lawfully allowed to be doing what he's doing, and he didn't want to answer that. He tried to effing cop-splain his way out of it, and when he pushed him on the point, yes or no, am I allowed to do that? Just be quiet.
Right.
Am I lawfully allowed to do what I'm doing?
All right, hold on. What's your name? What's your name? Okay, listen.
Am I lawfully?
Listen to us.
Just answer him.
I don't need to listen. Am I lawfully allowed to do what I'm doing?
Let me ask you something. You're going fishing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He knew that already.
So, see, I would not let them off this question. As soon as you answer me, we can move forward. Yes or no. Period. I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth until you answer my question. Am I lawfully allowed to do what I'm doing? Yes or no, and then we can move forward.
Yes, I'm going.
It's easy for me to say I'm not in a situation, but
Right.
After the fact, armchair.
Well, it's obvious that he doesn't have fish with him, so he hasn't caught any fish yet.
Yeah, he parked his car and he's walking Clearwater Beach. You see the pier off in the distance, right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful beach.
Yes.
You that
You need
here.
AR-15 to go fishing.
Yeah. So let me tell you another story real quick, and we'll get right back to this. So you don't need an AR-15 to go fishing. Another time he was fishing under a bridge, and 2 guys came and either tried to rob him or robbed him, and he wasn't armed. It's not to catch fish. You don't need the AR-15 to catch fish. I also owned a restaurant in Frostproof, Florida. One of my servers, her name was Dottie. Her son and a couple of his buddies went to a fishing spot in Frostproof, and this known criminal in town had a beef with them about an engine or something, and they got into some jibber jabber and back and forth at a gas station. So they end up going to the fishing hole. Who shows up but this guy who has 140 counts against him, been arrested 1,000 times, hyperbole, and he ends up murdering my server's kid and a bunch of other kids. Okay. and that's why you're allowed to carry while you're going to or from hunting, fishing, or and camping.
And
Not the
alligators
information you're hearing here. Go ahead.
and alligators and other types of predatory animals as well. I mean, it's
And then
reasonable.
And then CJ Grisham also, same thing happened to him. Some punk ass cop went and grabbed his rifle. CJ backed up. Next thing you know, they're slamming him on the hood. He was walking and open carrying in Texas. Open carry in Texas is legal, and you don't have to go hunting, fishing, or camping. It's just legal. So he was doing a Boy Scout walk with his kid, and some stupid Texas cop, which they still don't know the ID law there, even though millions of us do, went and did that to CJ Grisham. It's the same idea. Over in Texas, you got panthers. You got Florida panthers here. You got alligators here. You got 1,000,001 things here that can eat you. The insects are bad. They can kill you. I'll shoot an insect with a 12 gauge. I'm not joking. So let's carry on. Oh, wrong button. Sorry.
You don't need to know why I need it. You don't need to know a reason.
Can you give me a reasonable answer for that?
Because it's lawful. That's none of your business. Can you give me a reason why you have sex with men?
Yes, I've almost been robbed while I've been fishing.
And you need an
There it is.
AR-15?
I need whatever I need to protect myself.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What law did I break?
We're gonna get to the bottom of all that.
What
Okay?
Oh, so you're going to infringe on him first, disarm him, make a fool out of him on the beach, and now you're going to get to the bottom of what he's doing is illegal. Right? Thank you, Mr. Oddbo, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What law did I break? No. Do you have body cams?
I do. Sorry.
Okay. Is it running?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What law did I break? What law did I break? Am I allowed to go fishing while hunting, fishing, or camping? Yes or no, sir? Yes or no?
You seem to know it pretty well.
I know it.
Okay.
I do.
Correct. He seems to know it pretty well. Guess who doesn't? A lieutenant, a sergeant, another idiot, and another idiot wearing a costume.
This across the state of. I know that. I'm going fishing to that fucking fishing pier. You dumb shit.
Okay. It's not. Why you gotta be all nasty?
What?
Why do you gotta be again? You disarm me. You're violating my rights. You're violating your oath. None of you know the law as law enforcement officers, and they keep gaslighting you with relax. And why do you have to get nasty? How about you let me go, learn the law, learn how to do your job, and you relax.
He doesn't
Again,
have
I'm
reason.
fired up
He doesn't.
all over again. Sorry, Michael. Go
He
ahead.
doesn't have reasonable articulable suspicion if this was in California or Texas. He's already done an investigative stop, for lack of a better word, and he's able to determine now that this gentleman is going fishing. So the interrogation should have ended already.
There, it only gets worse.
Why am I in handcuffs? Why are you
detained?
Why are you taking
Detained for what?
my? I don't consent to any search
Okay,
or
you're not being
seizure.
searched, but I'm gonna take
You're
the weapon from
seizing
my.
my. You're
No, I'm-
my safety is paramount here, bro. Dude, you guys are a bunch of pieces of shit.
Place right now.
No,
We're here
I'm
to
not.
protect you.
No, you're not protecting me. You're
More gaslighting. They're protecting him. You see how? Dude, I say this all the time. Most cops, not all cops, and not every single cop is horrible. But the 80% make the other 20 look bad. So I call this the RAPIST mentality, where they're saying, I did it. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. No, they're not doing anything for him. They're doing it for themselves and their own ignorance.
stripping me of my rights. Call your state attorney. Call your state attorney and see if they want to prosecute a guy walking to go fishing. I'm walking to that fishing pier right now.
Right.
That's where I am going.
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, you are a piece of shit.
See, I don't want to keep playing this because he's going to start getting real nasty. So I'm
So-
going to fast forward some.
So
ahead.
John, if I may, while you're doing that. So when I was doing these audits back in the 90s, we were carrying these big cameras because we didn't have camera phones, and the cops would just take it and smash your camera on the ground and
Yeah.
proceed to beat the crap out of you. There was no colloquy. There was no conversation. It was just them beating your ass and then charging you with resisting arrest.
Right. So here he is. Now they got him in the back of a car, and you see how it's like a steel box?
Yeah.
and he still has a gun on him.
That's just crazy.
I don't.
They
have
take
to.
his fishing pole and his flag. Then
I
they
am
take
going
his
to a
AR
fishing-
about 10 minutes in, and then they put him in the cruiser with his sidearm still on him. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because they don't even know he has another pistol on him. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, sir. I appreciate that. 99 cents a month, guys. You want to be a member of this channel.
Here, where my fishing
Oh, yeah.
license is covered under that fishing pier.
I understand.
I do not have to identify.
Listen, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not.
You're not wrong. Now they're trying to get him to ID when he doesn't have to.
Okay.
So where we at?
However,
Where we at?
However,
Dude, I'm going to a fishing pier where I'm covered under the law. I do 901 151.
I'm aware of
901 151. What crime did I commit? 901 1.
Are you gonna let me?
Nope. Let me out of this car. Give me my stuff back and let me go about my day.
You're not a convicted felon.
You don't.
there it is again. You probably know about this, right? Now they're pushing the convicted felon card. You know what they're doing there?
Well, they're trying to find out if he's on probation or parole, any way to get a multiplier on any conviction.
So
I
that
get it.
alone can't be used to ID somebody. They have to already know that you're a felon or you're not allowed to have a gun. They can't stop anyone solely because they're carrying to find out if they're a felon who's not allowed to own guns.
Understood.
So what's happening right now is they've embarrassed themselves. Now they're looking for a way out. They're trying to get him on something.
Yep.
Because he's made them look like a fool, and they've made themselves look like fools.
That's what they do.
You're right.
Government the federal case law has already proven that I do not need to prove myself until I've committed a crime.
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
I'm not refusing
He's not required.
anything. Right now, I am not breaking the law.
Okay, so are you gonna tell me?
I am not.
Again, this is another thing that Florida law enforcement doesn't know. They don't realize that you don't have to ID unless you are about to commit a crime. They just think they go like this. They're the master of the universe, and you need to be like, yes, master, here's my license. No. So that's another thing we've been taught the Florida law enforcement. And all this stuff about licensing and open carrying, this is all from us, the auditors and Second Amendment auditors. It's not from any police training. Go ahead.
Well, John, it's typical in the police academy. They teach you to get control at the police academy. That's their goal. They teach you to get control, and they're allowed to lie. I mean, that's the Supreme Court in the process of an investigation. Police are allowed to lie.
That's
so
Frazier versus Cup, right, or something like that.
I can't remember, but they're allowed to lie, and that's what they do a lot of times, and that's why a lot of people don't like police. And like I said in one of my shows earlier, when I was growing up and when my dad was growing up, it was about community policing and knowing who the people were in your neighborhood if you were a cop, not making arrests and trying to get control. That's all changed. That's a recent thing in our country.
Yep.
I am not breaking the law. I've already contacted my lawyer.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
So you're going to get a phone call and saying, hey, release this guy.
Are you going to identify yourself?
See, the thing is, he keeps saying I'm not breaking the law, and the cop it doesn't register with the cop that the reason he's saying that is because you can't get an ID unless someone's breaking the law. It's just not registering, so they keep repeating it like a robot.
Under what law did I break? What law did I break?
You're detained because you're walking around.
What law did I break?
I'm trying to explain to you.
What law?
Just say the law. Leave the cops explaining alone. Say the law. Thank you, Gary McDonald. I appreciate you, man.
Temporarily detained.
What law?
Okay.
What law? What law?
Are you going to identify yourself?
Can't answer that question. It goes right back to stupid robot. Are you going to identify yourself? He doesn't have to.
What law did I break? And I will identify myself. Piece of shit.
Again, this was early on in the movement, probably 2018, 2019. So cops still didn't know that you don't have to ID. This was still early in the game.
I got you. Well, they probably do know. They're just trying to gain control and trying to intimidate him into giving up his ID.
They don't know, man. I'm telling you, I had the same situation all over Florida. They wouldn't let me go to my house. They wouldn't let me go to my house on foot unless I told them who I was and where I lived. And when I
That's
put,
unbelievable. That's
and
crazy.
that was when I came on the scene in 2018 and got like 20, almost 30 million views on 10 videos.
Unbelievable.
So, okay, let's fast forward because we haven't even got to his current arrest. So they finally let him out here in a minute. He calls his lawyer. He's still armed. Come on, let's see when he lets him out.
So he still has his sidearm on, right?
Yes. He still has a gun on him.
So it says here that Soliaker's in the chat. I'm getting a text message. Hi, Soliaker. Finally, great to meet you, sir. You're definitely one of my favorites on YouTube.
What up, Yak?
Brumdo.
Maybe Soliaker can send us some of his additional videos as well from the recent arrest.
Please email me the one where So now they let him out finally, right?
Yeah, I've been ready. What's your name and badge number?
Oh, my name's Officer Buse. Do you want me to take those handcuffs off?
Yeah, I want the handcuffs off. What's your name? Spell it for me.
It's right there,
Is that what you're gonna tell the judge?
Tell the judge what?
Yeah, cause yeah.
My name? Yeah,
Yeah.
BUSA.
Say, and your badge number?
It's 6790.
Perfect. And yours? Well, you're taking my handcuffs off. What's your name? And spell your name.
DRUMMOND.
And your badge number?
9308.
You can go ahead and do whatever you got to do. Take the cuffs off, dude. I don't care. I don't care about what you got to do. And what was
this Joey Backlowski that just said Autopalooza was awesome last year?
Yeah.
Bro, that dude is like my biggest fan in the world. He was giving me quotes. I was so flattered, dude. Thank you so much, Joey Back. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you again this year.
your badge number? I'm sorry.
9308.
Thank you. And hey, what was your name? And how do you spell it? How do you spell it?
MOORE. Just right here.
Yeah.
Hey, Armed Fisherman. Good seeing you, man.
Wait, because is that what you're going to tell the judge?
Yes.
All right, perfect. And then your badge number?
Can you relax so you can get
Shut up. Shut up. What's your badge number?
They just got to give you directives, dude.
What happened today?
Your name and badge number?
Michael, we're trying to get the handcuffs off here.
Okay, take the handcuffs off.
Do you want me to explain to you?
I don't want an explanation because you guys are all a bunch of tyrants. Did you swear an oath to the Constitution and the Florida Constitution of Florida? Did you swear an oath
You already said no, pig.
to the Florida Constitution and the state laws that we have here? Did you swear
Right.
an oath? Okay, then perfect. I just want to. I'm taking my guns. I'm going to reload them.
They unloaded everything.
Hey, everybody. I'm reloading my guns. Shut up. I'm gonna reload my guns. If you guys want to
Hold
walk
on,
away,
John.
while
Hold on
I
a minute. They removed his ammo from his magazine.
They do every time. They take your magazine out and they take every single cartridge out of it
Why?
because they're cowards.
I don't get it. So now they're
Because
letting him.
cowards.
Now after they've escalated, they're going to stand there and let him load his mags. Doesn't make any sense. Help me understand, Jesus.
And they're surrounding him, and he's gonna start going on a tirade. So I'm gonna stop it in a second.
load my
All right.
firearms.
They unhook the strap, so he's got to like widget it back together.
Yeah.
He should be able to just strap it back on, but he can't even do that because they unhooked the strap.
Wow.
Dude, you guys took my sling off, dude. Are you kidding me? All you
Why
had to
would
do
they
was take
remove
the
the
QD
sling?
off my.
What?
Why would they remove his sling? That makes no sense.
Because they had him handcuffed, and the only way to get the gun off of him without unhandcuffing him is by removing the sling. Because they're too stupid to do anything the right way.
You're dumb shit. You're.
Okay, so now he starts going off. Okay, so he reloads his guns. I'm not gonna play the cursing tirade because I'd like to stay monetized.
Now, are you allowed to have a mag in the chamber in Florida?
Absolutely. You mean a car? One in the hole? Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And if you're 18 or over, you can't even buy a handgun until you're 21 in Florida. But if you're 18 or over and you can carry in your car with one in the chamber, this isn't legal advice, everybody. So don't say John told me I could do this. Okay. Mike's calling me right now. What's up, bro? All right. Let me get back to it.
Unbelievable.
The one where Gandhi assaulted you at the Clearwater, please send it to my email. Thank you. So that was solo right there. Okay.
Okay. I mean, to me, they're trying to set him up so they can drop him. They just want to drop, right?
Yeah.
They want to drop the guy. They're just hoping that he's going to make a furtive movement, and then they can claim, oh, he was out of control and he tried to shoot us.
Right.
That's what's going to happen now. You're going to bring 50 people to your beach because you guys were a bunch of...
And yes, and after this, he's done several mass open carry events where they couldn't do nothing about it.
Dumb shit.
But that's the only way, redress is the only way you'll get public employees and public servants to abide by the law. If you don't redress them, over time, custom will be the law. And that's why it's important not to allow customs to develop that go against our rights.
Correct. Yep. Police culture has become the law, not the law itself.
It's unfortunate. It really is sad. Oh, California is the worst East Los edits. And that's why I had to leave Communist-fornia. It just goes against every grain in my soul to stay in that state.
All right, he starts going off on him. So there's that video. Hey, talk to the people for a minute or two, man, so I can
Yeah. Do your thing.
Tell them your opinion on all this. I'm gonna go take a leak, and we'll go.
Absolutely. So first of all, I'm simulcasting, so I'm talking to two channels at the same time. So Minnie Mouse, I want to thank you for supporting my channel today and all the super chats and all that stuff. Lenny, 100%, Scrubzilla, Dar. I really appreciate you guys helping me push that algo so we can tell people about Team MPE and what I do over at the Michael Ehline channel. I don't just cover police audits. I cover homeschooling, homesteading, the government's war against the Amish, and a lot of other things. So I'm more multifaceted than a lot of just the straight auditor channels. So I do really appreciate your support. And I love seeing What's the Matter You in John's channel. And I do appreciate all you guys coming over and supporting John, because John, to me, is the GOAT. I mean, he's the original, one of the originals, and I really love his channel. And I was blown away, like I said earlier, that he knows the Armed Fisherman, because to me, the Armed Fisherman is one of the bravest people that I've ever seen, because this guy's literally putting himself in harm's way every time he exercises his unalienable fundamental rights. So if anybody's got any questions for me in particular about Texas or California law while I'm here, I'll try to answer them for you in the sidebar. But listen, I open carry all the time when I'm in Willis, Texas, and I don't have any problems with the cops there. It's like a small town. I hang out with the Leathernecks Motorcycle Club, my Marine brothers. We all carry. We don't have any issues there. A lot of it has to do, I think, with the town that you're in and the cops kind of knowing who you are, community policing. They kind of get to know who the people are in the town. But, Clearwater, it's like Communist-fornia. It's like going to LA. Let me see here. I think Armed Fisherman is a true patriot rum runner. The guy is a really legit dude. Let me see here. Any other questions? So Tennessee Transparency says, I work with HSLDA. What's your opinion on their organization? I don't even know who HSLDA is. I work with the Gun Owners Association of America and the California Rifle and Pistol Association. I support GOA at the SHOT Show. I'm usually with Dick Heller there. If you're able to get in, you'll see me over at their booth. But if you want to tell me who they are or drop a link, I'll check them out. I can only do so much, guys. I run a law firm in the daytime, and I try to do YouTube shows whenever I can. And not just about Second Amendment, but other things too, like the right of free speech, the right of redress. Again, the government's war on the Amish and against regular Americans' parents, the rainbow flag mafia's war against the minds of our children, that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Well, John, the Ninth Circuit smacking Newsom down. I'm not sure what case you're talking about, but I think you might be talking about my partner Alan Beck's case. So he's a Hawaii attorney. And if you're referencing the Hawaii concealed carry law, I'm pretty happy so far with what's going on with that. And the fact that the Department of Justice with the Trump administration joined our brief and as amicus. And I think that there's a high probability that we're going to get suppressors, suppressors, and what was the other one? And
Force
concealed
reset trigger.
carry, recognized as unalienable fundamental rights, as they should have always been. Go ahead, John.
Oh, go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, yeah. So our guy just dropped a link. So check that out. Our guy just dropped a link. I don't know if that's one of the links you were looking for, John.
Our guy. Let's see if I can find it.
No, ex-bootlicker just dropped a link. I'm not sure if that's one we're looking for.
See if I can find it.
Yeah, but California is a disgrace. They got rid of open carry, I think, under Pete Wilson, and you can't get a concealed carry unless you're an actor or friends with Gavin Newsom or a local sheriff, pretty much. And they're doing everything they can to say that firearm components are not the firearm, and they're trying to ban the components. So, in other words, a trigger could be considered a component or an accessory, and that could be banned. But we do have a great justice over at the Ninth Circuit, Justice Van Dyke. And I think that, if we can keep this going and get less Ketanji Browns in the Supreme Court, there's a chance that we may be able to restore the Second Amendment in this country. I'm very hopeful for that.
So from what I understand, as far as that goes, the guy who invented the force reset trigger, the ATF went around and confiscated a bunch of force reset triggers, and now he just won his lawsuit. So force reset triggers are now lawful again, and you can still buy them. They're expensive, but they're really cool.
They're awesome.
And also, from what I understand, silencers used to basically have to jump through flaming rings to get one. I think they're suing them over silencers also, and are about to beat that case too. So an American, without being infringed, can go buy a silencer too.
Well, the suppressor law that they were trying to pass was the Hearing Protection Act, the HPA. And so let me tell you guys a little bit about suppressors. So when I have hearing loss from the Marine Corps. And the reason why is because they would basically, it was an unwritten rule that you didn't wear the little orange pads, because in the infantry, you have to be able to hear people calling out commands. So when you got these things in your ears, you can't hear the guys in your unit talking to you. So they protect your hearing. Okay. It's not like the old Chips movies or the A-Team where you hear chirp, chirp, chirp. No, you can hear them. You can hear them from 300 yards out, but the decibels are down enough. The decibels are down enough to where it doesn't blow your freaking eardrums out and you don't get tinnitus. So it just protects your hearing. And so what happened was the Fifth Circuit had some commie Obama Biden prosecutors who got a 3-judge panel to agree that suppressors are not part of the firearm and therefore they could be banned. And so what ended up happening is Pam Bondi's prosecutors came in and said, nope, we're withdrawing that. And that 3-judge panel mooted their decision. And I think they're either sending it back to the trial judge based on that to make additional findings, or it could just end up going straight to the Supremes, because now we've got a jurisdictional split between places like Communist-Fornia and other states. So now there's a basis to get it up to the Supreme. So that's where that's at.
All right. So let's get into the meat of the thing here so we don't lose too many people. So that happened to him. Then he goes to a city council meeting. Oh, Gandhi goes hands on. All right, here's that video. So,
what's going on? Soldiaker here, and this is at the commissioners' meeting at Clearwater, Florida, and this is the new.
So this is when he got. This is the guy who assaulted him after that incident on the beach. Soldiaker started showing up at the council meetings with a tack vest on, and this piece of garbage here, who is now the police chief, was the assistant police chief at the time. So Soldiaker went there to complain about them kidnapping him on the beach. And when his time was up, they're like, all right, get out of here. And he's kept talking a little bit. So this scumbag right here was walking him out and ended up putting his hands on him.
Eric Gandy. And I'm going to give you a little context here in just a minute. We were there.
So when he got elected, I was in the back of the room with a bunch of us. And everyone was there to celebrate him. So many people came to celebrate him for becoming police chief. He left the force. He went to private sector. And in Clearwater, if you do that, you lose your pension. So they wanted him back. They wanted him back. Not, yeah, I think that's how it went. So they wanted him back. So in order for him to come back, they literally repealed that law, let him come back, and keep all his old pension. That's another thing.
Peacefully redressing our grievances.
And so we were all in the back of the room, and I had one of them a dog toy that's a pig that would oink. I had it under my shirt. And when everybody was clapping, I was going oink, 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 oink. And we were booing, and I was oinking, and Yacker sat right there and was just giving him the finger the whole time.
And there was
unbelievable.
There was Hillsborough Cop Watch, Hillsborough County Cop Watch. All our new recruits.
Is this where he's arrested? Give me some context here.
No.
Okay. So just so your audience knows, so these city council meetings are typically what we call limited public forums. So they can pass reasonable regulations limiting or lessening the amount of speech that you can make in order to conduct public business. But this reminds me of what happened to Lane Myers. Give me a bunch of ones for Lane Myers, by the way, guys, because that story's not over. That's got legs. But Lane Myers booed at a city council meeting where it was basically an anti-Second Amendment meeting. So it kind of like segues into what's going on here. And he got arrested for that. And that's what started that whole steamroll against his life and his family.
Right. Oh.
Don't be a bootlicker. Why you can go ahead and suck their boot if you want, bud. I don't care. Every one of these people up here swore an oath to defend my right.
You're welcome to be,
I know.
Be quiet, but your time's up.
I'm leaving, dude.
You
Dude,
said that
shut up, dude.
All you wanted was 5.
Now this guy.
Hey,
oh, hold on.
hands on me, sir. To go. I'm leaving.
So that guy right there, his name is Slaughter, and now he's on the board. So he was a cop in this video, and Gandy, you're gonna see here.
I know.
Slaughter.
Your time's up.
I'm leaving, dude.
He's literally walking out.
Shut up, dude.
Now, John, just for context. So as soon as they put their hands on him, that's a battery.
Yep.
He's verbalizing that he's leaving, and he is leaving.
Yep.
So by them pushing him, that is a harmful and offensive contact for which he could sue them, and they should be prosecuted criminally. Mm-hmm. It's unacceptable that public servants are allowed to break the law. If anything, in my opinion, violating someone's unalienable right should be a capital offense.
It should be twice. Whatever a regular citizen is charged for doing that should be double for them because they're supposed to know better. It should be a capital
offense because it should be a capital offense, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because your unalienable rights are granted to you by your creator,
right?
Not by the state.
Right.
Let's go. Hey, you're putting your hands on me, sir. To go. I'm leaving. You don't have to push me, dude. You did the same thing your other officers did. Time to go. You put your hands on me once again.
It's time to go.
You're the chief of police.
So he was the chief. Now he works on the council board. The Gandy to the left of him was the assistant police chief, who now is the current police chief. Not only that, that's number 2 in the police union, was caught smuggling hundreds of pounds of fentanyl and other drugs recently, and he had to go arrest them.
And your officer, what's your name and badge number?
Deputy Chief Eric Gandy of the Clearwater Police.
Yeah, I'm walking backwards. I'm not.
And mind you, he only has to leave that room. This is a public library otherwise. He only has to leave that meeting, that room, because we've been trespassed out of there 100 times. Now they keep pushing them even farther, so they're going beyond their jurisdiction.
It's time to leave.
I'm leaving, but you're a tyrant.
Hey, that guy looks like the BlackRock CEO.
Oh yeah,
Larry Fink.
So this is where he's getting inducted in. All right, so we need to get to we need to get back to what happened. So from here, he started driving 4 hours every time they have a meeting to redress his grievances, month after month after month after month since this happened, 2018, 2019. And we would join him. He'd go by himself, etc. So then they hire this lady right here. Oh, wait. Let's see if you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor? Hold on. Can you see my cursor? This lady right here, Jennifer Poirier. She is the city manager. I think she's the highest paid out of all of them there. This was the former mayor who he put a guy in jail for saying he walked up to that podium and he said, "I get under the thin skin of this mayor," and he had him locked up for saying that. So she's a city manager. We have a new mayor in Clearwater, and she's the one who this current situation is about.
Okay.
And let's see. Let me just tell the story because I don't want this to run forever. I don't want to lose anybody. I don't want it to be too boring. So
Right.
she's a city manager. Since that event, he's going to meeting after meeting, month after month, driving hours at a time, publishing it all. They don't like it. They can't do nothing to him though because he's not breaking the law. He's engaged in free press. He's engaged in everything he's doing is lawful. Not only is it lawful, it's protected. So she comes on the scene and he starts digging. All these people, they start digging into him. The one guy has stole money for some charity. The other guy's connected to Scientology. They just recently tried to give one of the public streets away to Scientology for like next to no money. They hire this city manager. Her name's Jennifer Poirier. And if somebody could send me the video where me, Solo Yacker, and Warren Sapp were at the meeting where he brought the chocolates, okay? So Jennifer Poirier gets this job. In order for her to have this job, she has to live, I think, 180 days consecutive in the city of Clearwater. Well, Solo Yacker started doing some digging. He finds out that she has three, what do you call it? Real estate, three pieces of property. Two outside of Clearwater with her husband and hers name on one. And then I don't know who else is on the other one, but in the one in the city, inside city limits, where she's supposed to have residency for 180 days, her name's on there. Her daughter's name, who's about to become a cop there, and her husband's name is on there. And we all highly doubt that she actually lives there. I think we all think her daughter lives there, and she lives in the house with her husband, and the house where her and her husband's name is on it. Okay.
Well, this is a common thing now. We saw this with Letitia James, where she pretends like she can run for prosecutor in New York, but she's got an out-of-state residence where to get better loans and better mortgage rates. And also Shifty Schiff, Adam Schiff, same deal. He's registered as living in another state, but yet he's able to run for Senate, and nothing ever happens to these guys.
Right.
If you and I did this stuff, we would be in prison right now.
But the thing is, we just like Ron Paul said, we're apathetic. It's because the founding fathers said, what kind of government do we have? They say a republic if you can keep it.
That was Ben Franklin.
So
it was Ben Franklin.
It's us. If you want to know who's the problem is, look right in the mirror. We have to do something. And if people, and I hate to say it, most Americans are not. They're worried about the next TV show, the next series, and the next Netflix special, the next football game, the next BJ they're going to get, the next beer they're going to drink, whatever the case may be. They think things are running fine, and because they don't see it with their own eyes and they don't do any research, everything's fine. Until one day, the hand of the law comes and slaps them right in the face, and you turn into this situation. So he starts digging up information about her. She goes on some radio show, and the radio show host tells her, was it this stressful job or whatever? What is it you do that helps you relax? And she says, oh, I love dark chocolate. I just love dark chocolate. So Solo Yacker buys a 3-pack of Ferrero Rocher. It's a mix. It's white chocolate, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate. So at the next time, and they got rid of public comments here altogether because they couldn't stand us. They got rid of public comments. They took it off the agenda. They did it for 3 months. We came back 3 months later. They did it for 3 more months. We came back 3 months after that. Then they got rid of it altogether. And they started doing what's called town halls, where they do this meeting here and then have a separate meeting at a different location. They called it a town hall. So we start showing up to there. And this Italian heckler would come up who, shocker, works for this Clearwater PD, and he would cut us all off. But they would never kick him out of the meeting. They never said none to him. They just let him go on and on and on. So one of those meetings, Solo Yacker brings the white milk and dark chocolate candies, and he goes, hey, Jennifer, I got something for you. I heard you like dark chocolate, but I'm doing you one better. And Warren Sapp comes up wearing a T-shirt that says, I don't need sex because the government F's me every day. He stands to the left of Solo. And then I come up and stand to the right of Solo, and he goes, I did you one better than dark chocolate. You got white chocolate over here. I raise my hand. He's like, you got milk chocolate over here. He raises his hand. And he's like, you got dark chocolate over here, Warren Sapp. So also during those meetings, Yacker starts degrading him, basically sexually, saying, "Oh, look at that booty," and he's playing songs, "Booty, booty, 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 booty" everywhere, and he's focusing in on her butt, and he's as she's climbing into the van. Again, this is all free speech. This is all free press. It's all satire. He's allowed to do it. They just don't like it. So the other day, he's driving up there. I don't even know what for, a meeting or whatever. He pulls in, he parks, he goes around the back, opens the hatch, goes to grab one of his signs because now he's doing this thing where he'll just carry a sign that says F you. People lose it. Most people laugh, but there's always that one big, oh my God, someone has a sign with the F word on it. Anyway, he goes to grab the sign, and here comes two Clearwater. It's either Clearwater PD or Pinellas County sheriff's deputies. And remember, this is all for my own independent investigation. Solo Yacker hasn't told me anything. He's not talking about this. So they lock him up, right? We don't know what for. Then we find out it's for stalking. Stalking being he brought her chocolates and made videos about her, about the booty and the boobs and the chocolate. And then the second charge was abuse of public records, and they're saying that he took public records and published her and he didn't even publish the whole thing. He did it within YouTube guidelines and basically a roundabout area. But regardless, the only way you can break that public records law is by unlawfully attaining the information, either by hacking or some another unauthorized manner. Is the only way a citizen can violate that law. That law is 95% specific to government employees themselves, not releasing exempted information. So
Right, that makes sense.
That information was obtained lawfully by Solo Yacker through a public records request, and he lawfully used his channel to lawfully, everything he did was lawfully. So that on its face is dead, in my opinion. Secondly, the second charge is either stalking or harassment, like Lane Meyer style, because he's making videos about Jennifer Poirier, and people call in, and now she's crying about it, and they're offended. So it's just straight trash. It's a straight up bogus arrest. I believe they have him on an ankle monitor right now, and basically he can't. I told him when I did talk to him and was glad he was out. I said, stop going to Clearwater for a while. Don't go anywhere she's at or you think she's at, and just lay low until all this blows over. He's going to need a lawyer. But there it is in a nutshell, without dragging the show on forever. So,
yeah, understood.
Go ahead. What you got? What do you think?
Well, okay, so it does have the appearance that they're trying to limit speech by playing these shenanigans. And obviously you would need a lawyer there to bring a writ or do some kind of interlocutory appeal on something, like file something to get that to stop, number one. And the big problem is it's really hard to find a lawyer who's patriotic, who just wants to do things pro bono. So I just wanted to applaud you for your efforts at creating a nationwide lawyer listing where we can help people find lawyers, and in exchange, rather than pay them, help promote their firms on our channels. I've got almost 60,000 subscribers. Hopefully some of your guys will go over and subscribe to my channel today, because
Absolutely.
the more subscribers I have, the easier it is for me to negotiate when I call these guys and say, hey, I got this channel. I got a lot of people. I got people in Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and if you agree to help these guys and become part of Felax's organization, what I'll do is I'll get guys like Felax, hopefully guys like Long Island, guys like the Armed Fisherman, to give them some plug time on their shows. And that way we can find a way to help you guys always have access to a lawyer for these types of things. It's going to take time, but the guy, I'm willing to help, whatever it takes. That's what I'm here for. So there you go.
That's an absolute great idea. We actually used to do that. Me, Rogue Nation, Solo Yacker, and a bunch of us, Rights Crispy. We all knew a guy named Vince from downtown Tampa who would take our cases. And the only thing he wanted in return was to put his megajustice.com website in the links of our videos. I mean, he wouldn't take all of our cases, but we could text him or call him and just get advice. Like I made a video where I went crazy on some dude.
That's it.
who put his hands on me downtown Tampa, and I went off so bad. I'm like, Vince, watch this. Should I even publish this? He's like, nah, I wouldn't publish that if I were you. And that's perfect.
That's all you need sometimes. By the way, I just wanted to thank on my channel, Ghost Man just donated $5 to the cause, and Let's OTVO just donated $9.99. And as you guys know, I have my kids. I'm teaching my kids how to be entrepreneurs. I homeschool them, and so they help me with my YouTube videos. So I put part of this into a Roth IRA for them. So it really means a lot to me because it teaches my children how to have their own business, how to learn marketing and stuff like that. And it definitely helps with my wife because she'd rather me be working on files right now because I'm a lawyer. So it really means a lot to me when you guys donate to the channel. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Sorry, John, go ahead, man.
Oh, no, you're great. So that's a great idea Michael has, is that, man, it's a great idea. So if you're a lawyer out there, we want civil rights lawyers, okay? We don't want divorce lawyers. We want Bill of Rights lawyers.
Well, civil rights and criminal defense, right?
Yes,
and look, if you've got over 100,000 subscribers, for like to get you to plug someone, that's a big freaking deal, dude. That's gonna make business for these lawyers. With me, almost 60,000 subscribers, that's a lot of I mean, it's not nothing like yours, but that's a lot. And so for a lawyer who doesn't have any YouTube presence, if we bring him on as a guest and help support his channel, that's going to help him build his law practice. And because of the outrageous regulations as lawyers and how much we have to pay, and malpractice insurance, bar membership fees, continuing education fees, we're living on margins, man. It's not what you guys think. I mean, I could make $100,000 and 60 grand of that goes for my overhead. And I still got to pay taxes and feed my wife and my children. So it's really hard for me. I can't help everybody, but if we work together and we can get guys to lose their egos, and we can get guys like Long Island, we can get guys like Chili DeCastro over at Delete Laws. If we can get these big channels to help us with this idea that John has, and I'll do whatever I can to help administer it, we might be putting ourselves in a position where we can get the redress that we're looking for.
That's correct. So if you're a criminal defense lawyer, a civil rights lawyer, Bill of Rights lawyer, and you want advertising, we will put your link in the description of our channels, and there's over 10 of us that are willing to do it. And in return, we just ask that we can text you and call you from time to time and get your advice about certain situations. And if you see merit in one of our cases, you'll actually defend us in return for constantly putting hundreds of thousands of potential subscribers seeing your advertising. That type of advertising would cost a ton of money.
And have them on your shows as guests. I mean, dude, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's like going on Joe Rogan, like to be on your show for people who are in the First Amendment community. It's a big deal, man.
So let me tell you another story, because there's so many stories out of this Clearwater meeting. So Cammed Up Caveman, who's the nicest guy in the damn world, bro, and a real man. Like, I'm not a real man. I'll stand up with my mouth. This guy will run down a damn buck, tackle it with his bare hands, field dress it, take it home, eat some of the raw meat on the way, okay? But he's the nicest guy in the world, let me tell you. So he carries this rig, tons of cameras. He looks like a caveman. His name is Cammed Up Caveman. He goes to these meetings with us. He was at one of these city council Clearwater meetings. And what they do is when they get butthurt, they go into recess. They hit the gavel. Got my own little gavel.
Hey, what about James Freeman, by the way? Can we get him?
James Freeman, and he was going to come to Autopalooza last year, and on the way there, he got arrested. So
I think he's awesome. I like all those guys. I mean, I know all of them have their little personality things where they're competing with each other, a lot of them, but I don't look at it that way. I believe that we need to be like our founding fathers. Like Jefferson didn't get along that well with Hamilton, but we had a common cause. We need to form parallel systems and put aside our personal differences in order to help each other, guys, because the government's not going to do it. We have to help each other. We've got to put that stuff aside. If you guys know any of these guys in the chat, if you know any other guys with big channels, please have them get in touch with me or John so we can build this organization. This is how you do it.
All right. So correct. Yes. So we're at one of these Clearwater City Council meetings. Cammed Up Caveman is there standing off to the side, being quiet and cordial like he always is. Okay. So somebody said something that hurt Mayor Rectum's feelings. Mayor Rectum hits the gavel. They go to recess. They all leave the room. And Cammed Up Caveman says, "Are we in recess?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then Cammed Up Caveman's like, "F the police." I think they just took out Solo Yacker there, right? He's like, "F the police." And some lady's like, don't talk like that, or some guy. And he's like, "S my D. We're in recess. I have free speech." Well, they charged him for that. And he's going to court Thursday. They kept trying to get him to plea out, but he didn't do anything. It was during recess. He refuses to plea. He's willing to go to jail. He's braver than I am and most guys that I know. One of the bravest guys I ever met. And this Thursday, bro, remind me Wednesday, I probably will go. It's in Clearwater. And we'll find out Thursday if he's going to go to jail for saying S my D and F the police during recess of a city council meeting. They actually charged him criminally for that.
Well, so here's the problem. What they'll do a lot of times, John, to get that plea is they'll lock you up. They'll try to get you for violating some term of probation. That's what they did with Lane Myers. You know, you lock someone up, you have a CO threaten them, beat them up, and then now they're in fear for their life. You know, they could sick an inmate on them and promise them, "Hey, we'll give you extra commissary." This is real shit that happens, guys. I mean, I've done a lot of habeas stuff when I first started. This goes on. This is not something that's just that I'm making up. So a guy like Lane Myers now is forced to enter into an unfair plea arrangement because he's in fear for his life. And this happens all the time. So your buddy's lucky that he's out because he's got less pressure on him to take the plea.
So I'm trying to, Caveman, tell me what the charge was again. I think they're saying disorderly conduct. Because he said S my D and F the police after the police basically ushered one of us out of the room for speaking out of turn, so to speak. So that's where we're at. And Yacker, if Solo, in my opinion, they have nothing. This is not a case. They got nothing. He did not abuse the Records Act, and he did not stalk her. All he did was engage in satirical video and free speech. Nothing more, nothing less. They're trying to get him to stop going there without having to change anything themselves. Disrupting an assembly. That's the charge they put on Caveman. Disrupting an assembly that was in recess.
Well, so see, that's a mitigating circumstance right there. But again, the problem is if you're trying to do this stuff pro per, you're not going to be taken seriously by the judge, especially if you're bombastic or you're loud or obnoxious. Because, well, that's good. Because if you are, they're sizing you up because they know that most jurors are public employees. Most people like you and I, they won't let serve on a jury. Immediately, I say the truth. I believe in jury nullification. It's my right. They kicked me off that jury. So I, you know, the guys that are left are the people who support the police state, postal workers, government employees, people leeching off of the taxpayers for a pension. And though they get paid for parking, they even get paid by their employer for doing jury duty. But guys like you and I who have our own businesses, us evil, greedy guys, according to certain political people, we don't get paid to be there. So these government employees are like, hey, hell yeah, I get out of shuffling mail around for the day.
Right.
And I get paid.
Jury duty's a better job than what they currently do. And they match up the money because they're
get paid. They get paid. And they might get out early too. They're not going to be there all day.
Not only that, like you said, people who don't have these jobs that'll pay them to be a juror, we get $15 a day.
It's ridiculous.
So
it's to me, it's patently unfair. And the people that you get left with on the jury are more likely to support the prosecution. And I've always complained about that. And so what if you have a guy like me who believes in jury nullification? You get a mistrial, and then they do another trial, and then you miss work. You might, if you're making money off your YouTube channel, you're going to lose that because you're prepping for trial. So what they'll do is they'll use those fear and intimidation tactics to prevent you from being able to have a livelihood. And then you have to make a decision. Do you want to keep doing this, fighting for your rights, or are you going to plea out? And that's what they'll do. Sorry, John, go ahead, man.
No, you're fine. I'm listening to you. So
yeah, but I know we've been at this for almost 2 hours. And I know when we spoke earlier today that you had other individuals in your family besides yourself that needed you. So I don't want to be a dickhead.
Hold on. Okay. I'm going to end it here in a couple minutes. I just want you to see this this person, Jennifer Poirier. How the hell you spell Poirier? I hate French and the French people. I'm just kidding.
And by the way, guys, I really appreciate everybody on this channel supporting John, because he is like a voice in the desert. And anybody who donates to him and stuff like that, you're freaking heroes, man, because
Bless you.
I know how much work that he puts into these shows, because I do them too. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's not like we just click a button. I mean, we've got to do research and, figure out what we're doing and go live and take time away from our wives and kids if you got kids. And it's not easy, man. Go ahead, John.
So another thing. So here she is right here, Jennifer Poirier. Okay. This is who is going after Solo Yacker right now. So, shit, what was I gonna say? Damn it. What were we talking about?
Well, we were just talking about, how much work you have to put into preparing these shows,
right,
and stuff like that. And I was just thanking the audience, and I cut you off, so that's probably why you.
That's okay. So there she is.
Lost your track.
Her daughter, her husband, city manager, and I personally believe she's connected to Scientology. There's her daughter who's about to become a cop, and then there's her husband who's about to who is a Clearwater firefighter. So they're all government parasites.
Of course. Yeah. Government employees. That's how it is. And then they'll use the crony capitalism connection with Scientology to get political campaign donations. And then in turn, they'll silence people who speak out against their candidates.
There you go. There she is. And then there's this is her on that radio show saying she loves dark chocolate.
Oh, and by the way, I don't know Larkin Rose. Somebody asked, does Michael know
Larkin Rose is a childhood hero of mine. Larkin Rose he was in the movie. So what got me started in this whole movement was the fact that I was in college. I saw a book. Instead of doing my college work, I ran into this book called The Federal Mafia. It's by Irwin Schiff. The whole book was about the fact that there is no law that says Americans living and working within the United States have to pay a tax on their labor, aka the federal income tax. And to this day, the IRS hasn't provided it. And to this day, and currently, most people know, even accountants, you can go to H&R Block, you can go to any of them and tell them to show you the law. It doesn't exist. So that's what got me started in activism. And in my mind, I'm like, if this is true, why isn't it on TV? So that's when I started saying TV lies. And people would say, if that was true, it'd be all over the TV, blah, blah, blah. So we all know that's BS now, 30 years later. So
it's controlled opposition. That's all the news is. It's large corporations, the privately run Federal Reserve Bank, pharmaceutical companies. They bring you a narrative, and people start buying it. They'll actually believe that men can be women. That's how much power they have.
That's where we've devolved right there. Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So, there she is right there. That's who can't take a white dark chocolate joke. And so that's what got me started. Where am I going with that? So I'm running out of gas, dude. But
well, okay, gotcha. Well, okay, so here's what I got out of this from our conversation earlier. Armed Fisherman ends up getting arrested at a city council meeting for exercising his unalienable First Amendment rights, and now he's coming up, I guess, facing charges. What are those charges?
It's either stalking and harassment, and then violation of public record law.
Okay, and the public record law. Well, they're public records, so
there's exemptions. So
okay,
so a government employee cannot release public info if it's exempted information. I'm assuming they're trying to say her addresses were exempted information. Well, they were gained through a legitimate method of public record request. So they were obtained lawfully, and the only way a citizen can violate the public records law like that is if he obtained the records in an unauthorized way, like through hacking, for example.
Got it.
Which he didn't. He got it lawfully. It was through a public records request. And then the second part, I guess, is stalking and harassment, because he made videos about her and played booty, booty, booty in the background, because he's just trolling him. He's just trolling him at this point, because they don't care. The only thing that bothers them is exposure. They've done everything in their power to get rid of public comments and to get rid of us, instead of saying, hey, what can we do to compromise with you guys? Can we have a meeting? What is it that you want? What can we do to come to an agreement? Mike and I both went up to the podium one day and said, if you put the public comment back to the beginning of the meeting how it was, we'll never come here again. And they wouldn't even do that. So they're not willing to bend a millimeter.
Well, they just look at you guys as a threat. How dare they exercise their rights? They're crazy tinfoil hatters. They're not part of the international banking system like us. They're not reliant on donations from BlackRock. So to them, you're the enemy. That's the problem right there in a nutshell.
And then it turned into, they're just here for clicks and views. They're just here for clicks and views. So I went up to the podium one day and go, oh my God, look at the Tampa Bay Times. They're over here. Or they must be here for clicks and views.
That's all they're there for. And they're They're there for money from Pfizer and Moderna, right? And to make sure that you can your rights are restricted and you have to take whatever they say is safe and effective. I believe their government paid for doctors and all their CEOs and all that stuff. So yeah,
it's endless gaslighting and BS. And they think they're kings and queens, and they're just low educated scum of the earth on a power trip. That's
government educated, government, Berkeley, Harvard, Yale, all propaganda Marxists.
Yeah. So
Marxist educated.
Right. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is on steroids with these people.
Absolutely.
They think they're better than you. They think they're smarter than you. When they say something, it holds much more weight, regardless if, John, you've been studying for 30 years about civil rights and you know right from wrong. You're nobody. You're a YouTuber here for clicks and views. Doesn't matter that you're research. Doesn't matter you did your homework. Doesn't matter you've been at this for decades. You're here for clicks and views and you're nobody. I'm a city manager. I'm the mayor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a cop. So I'm above you. You're here. I'm up there. That's their mentality.
But where do they get it from? It comes from the Rockefeller education system. And so that's why I teach everybody. We need to form parallel systems. You need to homeschool your kids, get them out of public schools. You're not going to have critical thinkers. You've got to get your kids out of public school.
That is so important to homeschool your kids, man.
It's not so important.
In indoctrination centers.
That's all it is.
Not. And another thing about homeschooling, and to tell you that's the right thing to do, states try to pass laws against parents homeschooling their children.
Absolutely.
Why would they do that?
Well, because they want them indoctrinated.
They want their curriculum in your kid's mind. They don't want any type of freedom, Bill of Rights, homesteading, self-sufficiency, or anything like that. They want your kid to go there, hear the bells, go from class to class, be talked down to by teachers, be a good little stooge.
That's right.
And be a wage slave / tax parasite for the rest of their lives. Guys like us are their biggest nightmare.
That's right. They want you to spend $200,000 on some government-run college that donates money to their political campaign. And so you can get a degree in underwater basket weaving and then get a job as a professional barista at Starbucks. You need to be teaching your kids construction, plumbing, how to be an electrician, computer programming. You need to teach them foreign languages, Latin, Socrates, Aristotle, Blackstone's commentaries on the English law, Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations. You need to make your kids do book reports on this. You need to take your kids to work with you. You need to take them out to a job site if you have a son. Teach them construction. Teach them how to get up at freaking 4 and 5 in the morning. So when you pass away, your kids are going to be able to handle life. That's what your job is as a parent, not a professional babysitter with blue hair waving rainbow flags at some freaking Marxist indoctrination camp that they call public schools. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree.
I'll let me put a 1 in here. Hold on.
Right. Sorry, I sound like a Southern Baptist preacher sometimes.
How to fix your own car, how to fix stuff at your house, how to flip homes, how to get into real estate, how to balance a checkbook, how to manage money, how to invest money, all the things they don't want you knowing, all the home remedies. Listen, even to this day, I've never met a doctor I liked. And before April 1st of this year, I was taking 8 or 9 pills a day for my type 2 diabetes. I met Carnivore Mike. His YouTube handle is Life Under the Microscope.
That's my homie.
Yes, it is. So he told me, John, Try this. Eat beef, bacon, eggs, butter, and salt and water. I did that for 8 days, Michael. And on the 9th day, I stopped taking every medication.
Well, that's going to make Pfizer and the medical industrial complex very upset, John. By the way, I just wanted to point out that Carolina and Fort Worth just made a comment that kids don't even know how to read a clock. And I know she has a background as an educator. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. The kids
there's a meme on the internet where one of the test questions is draw a clock at 4:05 p.m. And the kid literally drew a bedside digital alarm clock and put 4:05.
Well, so that's why. So John, that's why I'm heavily involved in the homeschooling community, and I work with Brett Pike over at Cubs to Bears, and I'm going to become one of his trustees, and I'm going to be helping promote homeschooling, and I'm going to also do a course on American legal history. And I recommend you have him on your show as a guest sometime. You guys would be like bread and butter, man. He's so good. I did a live with him. If you guys want to check out a couple of my videos, I did with him and this young political commentator, Max Bonilla. And it was just amazing. It went over really well with my audience, especially parents who are just really, really worried about their kids because they're coming back. Well, my teacher says I should wear a dress because I'm really a girl. And I'm like, son, you're not a girl. Okay. Why is your teacher telling it? Why isn't the teacher telling me this? Why do they have Adam and Steve books in the school library? It's the parents' job to teach their kids sex education. These teachers aren't even asking permission. This is what they're taught at Berkeley and Harvard. And they're just bringing it from their safe spaces on these Marxist college campuses and forcing it down our kids' throats.
So I remember where I was going back with the IRS thing. So I found that out during college. And then there's a movie that came out. Aaron Russo is a guy who wrote the movie Beaches. And I believe he also was in the movie with Eddie Murphy, Trading Places.
Yeah.
So he was diagnosed with cancer, I believe, in 2008. So what he did is made a documentary called America, Freedom to Fascism, where he went to try and find out, and he started interviewing IRS commissioners and former commissioners, and not one of them could produce the law that says you have to pay federal income tax. And this circles back to Larkin Rose. Larkin Rose made a video called Theft by Deception, where he explains the Internal Revenue Code and how the federal income tax came about and how all that works. And he also has a book called the Most Dangerous Superstition. He's basically a voluntarist. That's hard to say. So let's give a closing, do something in closing. I'll plug my Autopalooza and stuff, and we'll be out of here. Everybody subscribe to Michael Ehline.
Well, really quickly, guys, thank you so much. And thank you, John, for letting me come on your show. It's been an honor to be accepted, not just by you, but by other people in the First Amendment Auditor and, well, just the patriotic movement. And then also to give a gander at the Michael Ehline channel. It's EHLINE, Michael Ehline, if somebody can drop it in the sidebar, if you guys know my channel, on John's channel. And to let you know that if you are considering homeschooling, and John, Brett Pike has a whole series on the creation of the creature from Jekyll Island.
That's another one.
1913 abomination. And by the way, all the people that you're talking about are a lot of these people I've met back in the early 2000s. So I know exactly who you're talking about. And so Brett actually talks about the creation of the Federal Reserve. He talks about some of our founding fathers, where they didn't want a central bank, federalism versus anti-federalism, and really helps kids understand the true history of our country and how our country was sold out by Woodrow Wilson to the bankers. And so it would really mean a lot to me, not only if you support my channel, but check out Brett Pike over at Classical Learner, an amazing guy. Amazing. He's an educator. He's a homesteader. He's a homeschooler. He puts his money where his mouth is. He grows his own food. It's hard to get him on the show, John, because he's always out with his tractor plowing the field. Absolutely my kind of people. Erwin Schiff, I actually met him, John. Super good guy. I don't even know if he's alive, but
no, he's not.
I've read all of his books, and I'm with you 100%. But try not to pay or file and see what happens.
Exactly.
So with that being said, as far as I go, make sure to like and subscribe, make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down my channel or John's channel. But go ahead, John, say your closing. That's Brett right there on the scroll down a little bit, right there on the left where it says shorts. That's
Here?
Brett Pike. That's one of the videos that he did. That's Max Bonilla, and he's a young political commentator.
Let's listen.
So that's Max. He's a young guy. I think he's the future of America. Anyways, there's a bunch of cool videos I've got on there. But go ahead and do your closings, and we'll go ahead and close it out, brother.
Okay, so yeah, everybody subscribe to Michael Ehline. Everyone subscribe to me. I want to talk about the creature from Jekyll Island and stuff. Anyway, that's when a bunch of the wealthy bankers went down to Jekyll Island, Georgia. They had a meeting about creating the Federal Reserve. Andrew Jackson's one of his platforms when he ran for president was to get rid of the central bank. The central bank is the problem. The Federal
and he did.
Reserve, yes,
and he did.
Correct. And then then
it's the first time we've never been in debt as a country because of Andrew Jackson. And that's why they hate him. That's why the Keynesian economics guys hate his guts. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay. And then in 1913, Rockefeller and a bunch of them robber barons met up in Jekyll Island, Georgia. They formed the Federal Reserve Act. And during Christmas, when most of the Congress people were at home with their families, they passed the Federal Reserve Act through Congress. And Woodrow Wilson signed it.
It was Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas. What did I say?
I think you said Thanksgiving, but whatever.
Okay, so and then Woodrow Wilson signed it into law, and the Federal Reserve was created, which is a privately owned bank. It's not federal. It's about as Federal Express. It's not a federal, right? So if you try to audit the Federal Reserve, you can't. It's private property. You can't go there. It's not a government entity. Yet they control the interest rates in this country. They control inflation by printing fake money.
Fiat.
Fiat money, yes. And where am I going with that? So, yes, it all ties together. This is 30 years of research, and that's why I like Michael, because him and I think pretty much the same. We've researched the same things, and that's it. So, please, if you can, people, October 18th, Saturday, October 18th, Pensacola, Florida, Auditpalooza. Tickets are $100. If you're an auditor and you want to go, email me, johnfilax@gmail.com. And let me know if you want to go. I'll give you the address. I'll tell you when it is. Caroline, please show up. Pink Camera Magic was there last year. We had a ton of fun. It was very safe. We even had a security guard rolling around on a golf cart with an AR, and this dude looked like damn G.I. Joe. You're going to be completely safe. There's not going to be any issues. Anyone that buys a ticket has to talk to me first. And unless they were already there last year, they have to talk to me. And I actually vetted every single person. If you look right here, look at this right here. If you look at this, I'm just going to flash it. Okay. All these people, it's like over 120 names and phone numbers. I called every single one of them several times, made sure they were cool, made sure they weren't a hater, and made sure no haters can show up. I didn't even give the address out till like a week beforehand, just to make sure. It's going to be completely safe, a ton of fun. Anyone who was there last year can attest to that. If you're an auditor who was scared to come last year and you want to come this year, johnfilax@gmail.com. Also, tomorrow night, Monday, 6 p.m., my second channel, Resisting Without Violence. That's my new political podcast. Tomorrow night, I'm having a guy on named, I think he goes by I Am God on YouTube, but his name is Nick. And he's created like this. I'd love to see your opinion on this, actually, Michael. He created this thing where all these cases intertwining with each other to the point where all the unconstitutional crap that they pass and try to use against you gets negated in one way or another. He calls it the kill switch. I'd love for you to see that. So he's going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the Epstein stuff. What else? Auditpalooza, my second channel, the podcast. Subscribe to Michael Ehline. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Michael, thank you so much for teaching me how to do the stuff in the background. And it was a pleasure having you on. Everybody subscribe to Michael Ehline. And that's it, man. Thank you. I'm going to go eat some more bacon.
Yeah, it's, guys, here's what it's all about. It's about iron sharpening iron. That's all this is. Iron sharpening iron. We have to help each other. No man is an island. Thank you, John, for having me on the show. God bless you guys.
Thanks for coming, man. Take it easy. All right.
Yep.
See you. All right, guys. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks for the donations. Cash App, John Felix, $ John Felix, if you want to throw me $5. I really appreciate it. John Workus, thank you. That's very nice. You're my hero, bro. Without you guys, it'd be like 1990 all over again, where I'm arguing with my friends and their parents, saying, I'm telling you, there's no law. It doesn't exist. It's unconstitutional. People get tired of me saying unconstitutional because, first of all, they don't even know what. Don't let me get in another rant. Okay, yeah, here's Armed Fisherman's channel. Where to go? Subscribe to the Armed Fisherman. He's getting railroaded right now. Subscribe to Canned Up Caveman, who's also being railroaded by Clearwater, Florida. I'm sure they have some type of list or dossier about me and are going to try to arrest me and whatever. But that's where we're at, guys. Autopalooza, my second channel. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for coming. I can't thank you enough. Much love. I really appreciate you. Everyone have a good night, all right? Take her easy. See you tomorrow night on Resisting Without Violence. I'm going to talk about Epstein, this kill switch thing with Nick, and other stuff. Some comedy, some this, some that. It's going to be variety. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Oh, America's Billiard League. Thank you, ex-bootlicker. Yeah, if you play pool, if you're a pool hall owner, or if you're in a league, if you're currently in a league, this league is the king of leagues. It's created by Mike Siegel. It's cash is king. Every session, there's 3 or 4 sessions a year. The winning team gets paid $25,000 minimum. And then at the end of the year finale, the winning team gets paid $100,000 to play pool. Okay? If you're in the other leagues, I'm not going to say their names, they give you ribbons and trophies, and their grand finale is $25,000. This is every session is $25,000. The grand finale is $100,000. This is a real pool league. I've never played league in my life because I play pool because I'm not a team player. I want everything to be my fault. I want the missed ball to be my fault. I hate the idea of like basketball where I pass it to somebody, he takes the game winning shot, misses it, and the whole team loses. Call me selfish, whatever. But this league I would actually play in. Think about the motive you'd have to play better if every session you can win $25,000 and the finale you can win $100,000 split 5 ways, $20,000 per player to play pool. And there's a handicapping system, so it doesn't matter how good you are. It's just like bowling leagues or any other pool leagues. You get a rating system, you're handicapped, and that way if this guy's this much better than you, you get handicapped so that he can bring you even and you stand a chance and you have a chance at winning real money. That's what is that? ablplayers.com. There you go. I think that's good. I gave you a new update, SWB affiliate. But have a good day, man. If you didn't get anything out of that live stream, you're the issue, bro, not us. Maybe you should try some homeschooling. Haters gonna hate, right, everyone? All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.